The Ride Home. I'm going to tell you a ghost story. My mom first told me this story when I was only 8 or 9. She swore that it had actually happened near her hometown of Salt Lick, Kentucky in the early 20th century. I remember the story quite well, as I often ask her to tell it to me again and again. Since studying folk legends and urban myths in one of my college classes, I've come to recognize the story as probably the most popular ghost story in America. It seems that almost every community has a version of this story. Oh, the names of the girl and the boy vary, of course. And like Mom, the people telling the story will swear that it's true. Why this particular story is so popular is a bit puzzling. It does have the required aura of mystery and an ironic, spooky ending, but so do a lot of other ghost stories, which are far more chilling. Yet its popularity remains. Anyway, here goes. A young man is driving home on a lonely rural road returning from a party. He sees the figure of a young woman walking beside the road. Since it's a chilly night and she is wearing no coat, he stops and offers her a ride. She's lovely, but extremely pale and sad. He tries to strike up a conversation, but other than telling him the directions to her house, she says little. He, however, is struck with her beauty. It being a cold night, he offers her his coat, which she drapes around her shoulders. As they pull up in front of her house and she gets out of the car, he asks if he can see her again. "I don't think that will be possible," she ruefully replies, turning to enter the house. "Wait, I don't even know your name," he shouts. Mary Dugan," she utters quietly. He notes, a bit puzzled, that she walks around the side of the house rather than in the front door. Since the hour is late, he thinks that, well, she probably intends to enter the back way so as not to disturb those already asleep. As he drives away, he realizes that she still has his coat. Rather than going back after it tonight, however, he reasons it will be a good excuse to come back tomorrow and see her again. So he notes the house and its location. The next morning, he drives back to the house and knocks. An older woman answers the door. "Mrs. Dugan?" he asks politely. "Yes," the woman replies. "I'd like to see Mary, please." "Who?" the woman asks, stunned. Mary Dugan." "Is this some kind of joke?" she asks. "Joke?" he responds. No joke. I gave her a ride home last night." "I don't know what you're up to, young man. There is no Mary here." The young man is absolutely dumbfounded. "But I gave this young woman, who said her name was Mary Dugan, a ride home. I gave her my coat to wear. She still has it." He glances over the woman's shoulder to see a picture of the girl hanging on the wall. "There, that's the girl I brought home last night," he says, pointing to the picture. The woman takes down the picture and approaches the young man. "This was my daughter, and her name was Mary, but she died over 17 years ago." "But," he stammers incredulously, "she rode in my car. We talked. She wore my coat." "Then come with me," motions the woman, who leads him around the side of the house, the same direction the young girl had traveled the night before. And there in the backyard is a family graveyard. And there in the graveyard is a small marker with Mary Dugan etched into the stone, with the date of her death some 17 years earlier. And there on her tombstone is draped the young man's coat. What a story. Ask around. I bet there's a variation of this story in your town.